Now, today, I'm going to kind of be honest here, I'm just winging this, but there's been a question that's been coming up that I really kind of want to address, and that's how exactly the universe delivers on our manifestations, on our desires. Is it windfall or is it work? And ooh, that nasty connotation with the idea of work, but it does not have to be. It doesn't necessarily mean the type of work you might be thinking of. And we're going to go in and unpack all of that today. Let's start with the fun one, shall we? Let's start with windfall. Windfalls are a lot of fun because they don't involve anything but sudden cash, money, what have you, just falling out of the sky into your lap, into your bank account. They're great, right? They can involve things like the lottery and sweepstakes wins. Those are kind of an obvious windfall, right? Gambling wins, those kind of things. And they can also involve, past projects or things you were involved in the past suddenly picking up new momentum and just going way outside of the stratosphere with their momentum and just suddenly dropping millions of dollars in your bank account, thousands of dollars in your bank account at one time. And wow, great. No work involved, right? Very nice. Nice way to get a windfall of cash and sudden riches. There's a little drawback to that too, though. And the reason you hear about it all the time, right? This lottery winner wins 10, $20 million and the next year they're broke or even super in debt type thing. Or, crazy amounts, millions and millions, billions of dollars. There was one lottery winner that won like a couple $1 billion and was broke within 5 years. How? I'd like to know how, but it is possible. And one of the reasons, the main driving reason for that, is the same reason that getting a windfall from your manifestations can be tricky because your mind just doesn't, you can't escape the poor mentality. You can't escape the fake it till you make it or imposter syndrome mentality. You don't really deserve this. This isn't real. This isn't right. All of that stuff plays into your mental. And remember, manifestation is all about the mental projection, your energy projection. You're creating your reality. And if you don't believe it, even if you know it's actually real, I mean, the money is sitting there in your bank, right? It's real. You're spending it, it must be real. But it doesn't resonate with who you are inside, who you believe you are inside. Unless you can, some people can get past that. Some people have developed their ability to visualize, manifest their own reality to the point where they can get past that feeling that it's not them, it's not real for them. And if you can get past that, the windfall manifestation is great, okay? But you do have to be mindful of that. It's a serious, serious trap with windfalls. And I am sorry for any glare on my glasses. I am trying so hard to stop that, but it just is really difficult. And I could go without my glasses, but then I can't see. I should manifest that, right? Never actually even thought about that. Anyway, the next type of manifestation is work. Okay, and every time I say that in one of my talks on here or in person with people, they're like, work? I hate work. I want to get past where I don't have to work. I want to retire. I want to whatever. Okay, and I get that. I get it, sure. But it's not necessarily the same thing. Because you're visualizing yourself prosperous, you're visualizing yourself with the life that you want or believe it can be, you're visualizing this all vividly, the universe is setting that up to happen. It has to happen somehow, okay? And it will start throwing things in your path. You cannot decide how it's going to happen. You can't, well, I mean, you can visualize a windfall lottery type thing, and that may be the way it works out, But the universe is it is not, again, I said over and over, it's not mean. In fact, the universe doesn't really give F about what you want or not. There's an old joke. If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Okay? Because your plans mean nothing to the universe at all. Okay? They react to your vibration, they react to your visualizations and your desires and your beliefs and your feelings. They don't really care. It's not, but it's not someone up there saying, "Oh, poor Joey, oh, poor Carrie, we're going to take it." No, it's just like, I feel this is the way it is, and we're going to send that to them, and it will send it to you. It will do it in the most efficient way possible, if you will. But it will do it correctly. It will do it the way it's supposed to happen, and you just don't know what it is. You cannot micromanage the universe. You can't. And also, I wanted to bring up something in this same vein about the forcing or trying to predict how things are going to happen or how they should happen in your opinion. Okay? And it's a parable that you may have heard this in the past. It's the drowning man parable. Okay? There once was a man who was extremely pious, devout, extremely devoted to God, just really believed and was a powerful believer. And he was well known and well respected in his community as a very upstanding, devout person. And one day he was out fishing and his boat began to sink. "Oh Lord, please help me. My boat is sinking. God, help me. Save me, Lord." And the boat sank and he's out drifting, treading water to stay afloat. "Please, Lord, save me. I know you can save me. You're all powerful. I know you can do this." And next thing he knows, he sees something in the distance, and it gets bigger and bigger, and it's a fishing boat. He said, "Oh, friend, come, let's help you out of there. Come on." No, I'm waiting. God is going to deliver me from this. I know it. Okay, bye. So they leave, right? And then he's out there, and the sun's beating down, and the waves are getting to him, and he flops into the water. "Lord, please, please save me. Save me, Lord. Get me out of this. I know you can do this. You're all powerful. You can do everything. I know you can do it. Save me, Lord." Next thing he knows, again, in the distance, and this is a bigger speck of the distance, it's just coming right at him, and all of a sudden there's this big cruise ship right in front of him. "Come on, let's help you out of here." Throws the rope down. No, go away. God is coming for me. He's going to save me. I know it. Go away. So the ship leaves. And then the night starts to drop in, and the sky is getting darker, and the water is getting dark, and it's getting scary out there. And, "Lord, please help me, save me. It's going to be dark, and it's getting really scary out here. Save me." And the next thing he knows, he sees these blades in the sky and a helicopter coming, and the Coast Guard. "We heard, we finally found you. We saw the wreck on our ERAB, or whatever you call that notification device that boats." I don't remember what it's called. And "we're here to save you." Drops the ladder down. He says, "No, go away. God's coming. He's going to save me. I've been praying. I know he's going to come." "Okay, fine. Have it your way." And they leave. Well, blah, 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 blah. Half an hour later, the man drowns. And he gets up to the Golden Gates. There's a bright light, and he's walking up to the gates, and he sees God behind the gates. And he says, "God, why am I dead? I prayed, and I believed." And he goes, "My son, I sent 2 boats and a helicopter. What more do you want? You can't decide how the universe is going to send you things. Okay? Be open to them and grab onto them when they happen. If you try, you're actually probably stopping your manifestations from coming true. You're probably stopping things from happening because you're putting that out there too. You're putting your desired will, your way. It's got to work in there. And the universe is trying, but it's fighting that. It's trying to do it, but it's not going to work that way with everything else that's going on. You're not the only person in the world visualizing things, bringing things into creation, whether it's good or bad, because you are manifesting every single day. You just don't always realize it, because everything you think to be true, everything you see, everything you desire, want, or believe is what's actually happening in your life. But because you want something doesn't mean it will come true if you're fighting it with the belief system underneath there that doesn't believe you're worthy of that particular desire or can do that. Can do. Big one. Um, so you can fight it. You're creating all the time. And the universe is always doing what it has to deliver what you're saying and believing. And that can be, like I said, that can be a negative thing too. And it's not that the universe is mean or wants to deliver bad things to you, but you're bringing that. Okay? Um, and when you try to micromanage this, it's got to happen this way. This is the only way it can happen. This is what it's got to be. And the universe is trying to bring you those other desires that you have, whether it's prosperity or retirement or a big house or love, trying to bring you these things that you desire, but you're fighting it with how you see it needs to happen instead of how the universe is going to bring it to you quicker, faster, easier, better. The biggest, what you actually want, instead of maybe settling for something lesser because you're doing it your way. But you have to be open to that. And work does not necessarily mean I gotta work 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, or 2 jobs or 3 jobs, because what I want is pretty darn big. Okay, and I can't even do it with the kind of work that I'm doing right now. But that's just it. The universe will bring things into your path that you're perfectly capable of. You can do, and you just never thought about it. You never saw it. You never had the opportunity for it. They'll be there. And that's not necessarily also, again, I want to stipulate this strongly. When I say work, it's not always a job type work. It's things that have to be done. This is going to come, hey, I had this opportunity in order to get exactly what I want, but I just got to do this, and this first. And there'll be things you can do. They're not always super easy. They may stretch your comfort zone a little bit. Legal, I'm not talking about anything illegal or nasty or bad or mean. Legal, real things. But unless you ask to do something, we don't want to do that. Okay. Okay. They're real things. They're real, but they have to be done, and they're things that you can do. It may take a few days. It may even take a few months or a year or two. It all depends. But it's not going to feel, it's going to be exciting. Sometimes a little frustrated. I'll be totally honest. There are times when it can be a little frustrating. I've had those times. But they work. And they're things that I never would have visualized or seen how it would work. And I visualized the outcome, obviously, but you don't see the hows or how it's going to play out and happen. And when it starts to happen, it's like, oh my God, wow, this really? Wow, this works. Oh man, okay, I'll do this, and then you do it and you get it done. And sometimes there's a little friction in there from whatever angle, but it works. It works and happens. That's the work I'm talking about when I say sometimes there'll be work involved. And other times, if your vision is to be successful with something and make a lot of money at something, then the universe will provide that for you to do it, and it will be successful, and it will go on the way you think. There will be the steps involved to get it done, the work involved. But it will be something that you can do. It's not, well, yeah, I want to do, I can't even really think of particulars, okay? Because everyone's reality or desires are different. But, I want to do X, and in order to do X, I've got to have this, and I've got to have that, and I've got to do this, and there's no way. You just blocked it there, right there. There's no way. You didn't ever say there's no way, because the universe will believe you. Honestly, the universe believes it if you say that, because you believe it. You can't create something you don't believe. You have to believe it's possible. So it doesn't even matter what the needs are for that, this, or this. The universe will provide it. It will make it possible for it to happen one way or the other. Sometimes you don't even need the things you think you absolutely have to have. At least maybe not even maybe at the start. You can start without it. Or you just plain don't really need it. You just think you do. But regardless, there are things that have to be done. And the universe will make sure that happens if you believe and you really go strive toward that. It will start to come to you. You'll just all of a sudden, hey, that's what I was looking for. I knew that was possible, but I could never find this. I could never figure out how to get to this spot. Because sometimes you can search forever for a certain way to do something and it just doesn't become clear or isn't shown to you until you manifest it like this. And then all of a sudden, poof, it's there. Wow, okay, that's how it's done. Now I get it. All right, this is not so bad. And then the next step will start to reveal itself. Maybe it take a day or two. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be right there. There's no way you can know the timing either. Just know and trust that it will happen. And it will happen quickly if you're good at it, if you're consistent with your manifestations and visualizations. And that's a big one to go into too. And we're going to unpack the difference between affirmations and visualization and how they both are absolutely necessary for really good manifestations to bring the realities into existence. You need both, but they're different. People use those two interchangeably a lot, and they shouldn't be. So that's going to be our next discussion, and I look forward to seeing you for that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's really great to have you here, and if you've learned anything or gotten anything out of this discussion, please hit that like, subscribe, even share it so your friends can see it. And we'll see you back here next time, okay? And leave a comment down below if you've done any of this or had any success with manifestation and the law of attraction, or if you haven't, so that we can discuss that and maybe see which ways we can figure out to help things work for you, okay? All right, see you next time. Bye.